podcast, god damn it. Welcome to the One Cup In podcast. This is episode 67. Yeah, I cheated and looked down at the phone. You look like Little Richard. Alright, start over.
We ain't got topics. We need that shit. Keep it running.
Man, we keeping it running? I really started over.
No,
He
bitch.
always being a bitch.
Alright.
Nigga, you some bitch.
Well,
I want to start on a clean slate. I want to be perfect.
I want to be a professional podcast. That's what I want to be. You ain't striving for the same thing?
But that don't mean be perfect. You're not perfect.
I am.
No, you're not, bitch.
Prove
Nigga, you's a bitch.
You here.
You bald. Shut up.
It's
Get out of there.
clearly not perfect.
I took my hat off to prove I had hair.
I took mine
Somebody
off.
else-
Some of the fans was like, you always get on Raheem for having no hair, and we don't know what you got under that hat.
Niggas question if you had help.
Yeah.
Hey, see, this should be something that we be having, a conversation we be having. Boy, Corn got a 3-year extension.
Welcome to the One Cup In podcast again for the Apple, Spotify, and not YouTube, because YouTube caught it the first time. But I had to reintroduce ourselves because they didn't catch that on here. So, I am your host, Saturday Night Shotty, No Hat Shot, Potty Piper.
Bitch, you shy.
My co-host.
I'm not here, but I'm here.
Oh yeah, I forgot you said. That's a callback. That's what we call
Hopefully
a
we get
callback
some-
in the fire world.
Hopefully we get some views.
You
on
know,
that.
our loyal fans, and we might be getting some views because Anchor decided to offer us some free ads in case y'all want to do it. I went on behalf of the podcast. I told them go fuck themselves, but I should have discussed it with y'all before I said it.
Fuck them in the ads.
Exactly. All right,
I'll tell you why later.
co-host,
I'm just Ant-Man. What's Gucci?
other co-host.
I mean, he.
We got Raheem, aka Smack White. You hear me? We don't have shit for this podcast. I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. We ain't got nothing. We gonna do the best we can. We gonna freestyle. We gonna make this shit work, and we gonna do a 4-hour podcast because that's what we do. We deliver. And this is when y'all get a chance to see my greatness. When I get to improvise and I ain't gotta stick to a script, y'all get to see how great I am. And that's what y'all gonna see this podcast. My greatness on display. Anybody else got anything they want to say? How was y'all week, fellas?
My week made a good amount of money for the company.
Oh yeah?
3 cars sold.
3 cars sold? Okay.
I ain't make nothing off
Why
it.
you ain't buy the liquor for the week?
I ain't make nothing off it. Made like $50.
Made all this money, but ain't buy a bottle.
Wait, so you worked the whole week and made $50?
Yeah, man.
Niggas be lying on
You know.
their taxes.
But Walmart, you go work at Walmart Bakery. Walmart Bakery is just, they get in the bag now. You might want to head over there.
I'm lying. I had to pay some curtailments, man. If you
Some
go-
what?
Some
That nigga
curtailments.
made up a word.
No. If you in the car business, you know what that is, man. You finance
well,
or
we
whatever.
not.
motherfucker.
Nobody's in the car business but you, so you can make it work.
Yeah, I had, solar ES, solar IS,
Okay.
you
How was your week?
solar van.
Regular.
Regular. Nothing exciting you want to report?
No people stuffing meat down their pants and shit.
Anything out of the ordinary?
Just regular days, man.
You looking mighty smurfy today.
Don't tell me I'm looking smurfy.
You are looking smurfy.
Don't tell me that.
Okay. What about your week?
My week was cool, man. Since we ain't got much to talk about, I might as well dive into something.
Story time with Fresh.
Boy, I thought
We used to give our
You
input.
thought you were about to come out the closet. What?
I don't know what's going
I don't know
on.
why his mind went to that. Like, that was the furthest thing from my mind.
He said I might as well. When niggas say I might as well, they about to see something drastic.
It was the first thing from my mind because Fresh been gay. Okay.
Let's get to some.
Yeah, go ahead, Fresh.
All right.
All right, Fresh. Sorry.
Coming out?
Raheem.
You got it.
Raheem. Go ahead, Fresh. Tell your story. Tell your story, please.
We was talking about the ads from Anchor.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we was like, fuck Anchor and their ads. The reason why I said that, we used to give our input towards the end of the show on stuff we think people should watch. We haven't done it in a while, so I'm going to go ahead and do it now.
Okay.
Netflix, who just last week we were saying fuck Netflix because of other shit, but they got a good one on this time. It's a documentary called The Social Effect. You know what I mean? They got to do it.
Yes.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook,
Definitely
all that.
gonna watch that.
It's a real good documentary about the effects of social media on people and the people that started social media and how a lot of them got out the game because it's affecting society and the world. You know, And,
Question before you carry on.
Yeah.
They speak about algorithms too, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Part of it.
That's really what I'm.
I actually about to talk about that. You know, a lot of the times you scrolling through your feed and whatnot, and you'll see ads for things that you might have searched or anything, and you wonder why it pop up, and then you give them more information. You be like, well, you know, the more I search stuff, the more they get information from you, and then it'll pop up in certain shit.
Right.
But you ever you ever felt like you thought about something and it popped up? Like you never searched it? Yeah. I've done that before too, and they actually break that down too in the documentary. There's a lot of times they get information from you constantly, and they build a model of you and what they feel like you're gonna like, and they actually predict what you might want to do in the future. So a lot of that time, the stuff that you might have thought of and never searched that popped up is because they made an algorithm and they got information about you, and they actually predict what you're gonna do next. And it's a real good documentary. After seeing it, I will take into effect with my kid how much she uses social media and her phone, because it's scary.
Question.
It really is.
Question.
Check it out.
Damn.
They said, and I haven't seen it yet. It's just information I've read in passing. They say the purpose of that was just so they could market to you, right?
Yeah.
Market.
Feed your ads.
Direct to consumer. Okay.
Feed your ads.
Okay.
So what about when they pop up the song I was thinking of?
Like I said, they predicted that from
Yeah.
past shit that you might have thought of. They have probability numbers, percentages of what they think you might like.
So when I go on my 90s shit, they pop my shit up like.
Yeah,
They
be
want to
like,
lead you to that rabbit hole and push you towards other things. It's crazy because a lot of people on there, they're ex-associates, like with Google, Facebook. It's like
They're telling you what the
Oh,
agenda
right,
was.
right.
one
yeah.
person specifically was the creator of the like button for Facebook, and he got out of it because he said,
shit.
he said at first when they first did it, it was to promote positivity and love with the like button, and then now today, you got children and people depressed and committing suicide for not getting enough likes. You know what I'm saying? So they trying to push forward a movement of, if not getting social media gone completely, at least toning it down some, because it's really affecting us in more ways than you think politically.
Yeah.
A lot of ways.
That's a tough fight they got, because
There's more people involved in social media than you think.
Yeah.
And two things I wanted to say while we talking about that was, one, the ads that we got, the free ads that I told you Anchor had offered us was all politically based too.
Damn.
A lot of politics involved.
Yeah. And something to say about that. Even though there was free ads, so I said fuck no. Money wise, if it wasn't no serious money being offered, I just wouldn't want to ruin the listener's experience by putting an ad in here.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people that may hear ads and hear too many ads and just cut the whole shit off.
Yeah.
And it ruins the listener's experience, you dig? So that's something I personally wanted to stay away from, ads, like ad dollars. Yeah. Now don't get me wrong, I ain't gonna sit up here and cap like if it was some real money we could use that I'm opposed to it.
Right.
Because at the same time we still building this podcast, so we're not in a position where we could just pass up any type of.
If it's the right situation,
Yeah.
the right shit, like we gonna roll with it, but we not fucking.
Yeah,
with
we're
anything.
not trying to ruin.
We still got morals and shit.
Yeah, we're not trying to ruin the listener experience, because that's what matters to us the most.
Right.
The listener's experience. And number two, something I wanted to say, Pandora might have been the first to do that, because if you think about it, they was playing songs based off the shit you like. So really what they was doing was collecting information off you.
Damn.
You dig? And I think about how long ago Pandora was in effect.
Right.
Pandora
Even though I
been
never fucked with Pandora.
But yeah, they was on
Pandora
it.
been around since fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
Since
And any even site that's like Pandora, because Spotify do the same thing.
Yeah.
They play any playlist, like or things that's generate stuff, build stuff around what you've liked in the past. That ain't nothing but a collecting data.
right.
Yeah, because I was listening to some Chris Brown
And
when
tracking
Indigo
your
dropped.
habits.
Tracking your habits, exactly.
That shit sent me there.
Yeah, I mean, pretty easy to track your habits to predict what you probably like in the future.
First, I want shout out again. What's the name of it?
The Social Effect.
Social Effect.
Passing it down, you definitely should check it out. It's
On
it's
Netflix?
really good and informative. Yeah, it's about an hour and a half. It's one of those documentaries where it's part documentary and part story. They mix both of them, so it's
great.
entertaining at the same time.
It's great.
It's really, really good though. Hour and a half.
You seen
Not
it?
too long, you know what I mean?
I know it's great because the social network is great, and that's one of my top movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
They promote
So
a lot of.
I know it's great.
Man, these sites and social media, they promote a lot of false narratives and news, and
Really?
They do it to persuade you to do things that you don't even know you're doing subliminally. It's crazy.
And I'm real big on that right now because the term ownership is being thrown around a lot, and we're gonna talk about that later. So I'm not even gonna dive too deep into it right now.
Real good though. I think everybody should watch it.
That's dope. I'm glad you checked that out, and I'm glad you
check
brought
it out.
that to the
I'm
pod.
checking it out before.
Alright.
Yeah, and sidebar. Hey, just out the blue one day, check your screen time. You'd be amazed at the amount of time you spend on shit that you really don't need to spend your time on.
Yeah.
So
It's a lot of your life.
YouTube with chick stories.
So,
YouTube, Instagram, it's a lot
Raheem,
that you know.
all you do is watch chicks
And
twerk.
all of them are ad based.
And the crazy thing is, Raheem don't even know which one he spend the most time on because every social site he watch chicks twerk. Everything he got, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, whatever he on. So
That's all I watch. If she ain't twerking, I ain't working.
all right. What I wanted to talk about next was, and I don't even really want to talk about it, but it's something that happened. Cardi filed for divorce. Y'all think this shit serious? Because we know her and Offset has had problems in the past, and it always got worked out some type of way. He popped up at a show or something, bring her flowers, and they go on the trip and squash it.
Follow the line.
But she actually filed for divorce this
I
time.
mean, yeah, I think it is.
I think
She filed for
I
divorce.
seen a video.
Oh, what the video said?
She was getting her hair braided. She explained everything why she was filing for divorce. She can't trust him and all that and shit.
Oh, that was she said? She can't trust
She
him?
said she can't trust the cheating rumors and all that and shit, and she know how he been was, and she don't think he never changed and all that and shit. So I think it's gonna go through. But the only thing she was really scared about was him filing for custody for the child and shit. But
Okay.
I respect him doing that 50-50. That's what I'm pretty sure they gonna get. Fuck. Y'all
Alright.
both entertainers. Y'all both be on the road and shit. Not right now, but
Right.
All right.
Question. How y'all feel about divorce? Do y'all believe in divorce?
I mean, fuck. Yeah, because sometimes people just grow apart and people just turn into a different person from who they were when they first got married,
insane.
obviously. So, I mean, sometimes people need to get out of each other's way, and that'll probably be for the best. And sometimes shit just be so toxic, and people think marriage gonna fix it a lot of the time, because sometimes people get married for the wrong reasons, and they shouldn't have been married in the first place. So, yeah, they need to probably get up out of there once they finally come to that realization. So, I mean, you know, it's not always bad when somebody get divorced. Sometimes it's good. I mean, you don't really want to see nobody get divorced though, because you know marriage is supposed to be a lifetime thing. But
still
I mean,
is.
yeah, you got to be realistic too. You know what I'm saying? People always putting this unimaginable titles on shit like, oh, it's going forever. Like, it's not forever for everybody. I mean, if somebody tried it, some people try it and it don't work out. And that's why divorce is here.
Still is a lifetime thing though.
I mean,
Because you always say that's my ex-wife. She
I mean,
always say
yeah,
that's my
you always
ex-husband.
gonna be kind of attached to him in a.
Especially if y'all have kids. Right?
Yeah, but if that's a lifetime thing. Kids is a fucking lifetime.
Yeah,
thing.
that's a lifetime. But even with
I mean,
marriage
you know.
shit, it's still. They ask you, yeah, how many times you been married? If you get married, you say, oh, I've been married. You know, it's still a lifetime thing.
And when people divorce, a lot of the time people think, oh, they beefing now. You know what I'm saying? It's
No,
not
it just-
always the
it just
case.
don't work
Sometimes it just didn't work.
I think marriage, you know, you taking an oath before God, and it's in the Bible that God hate divorce. So, you know, that's things to consider. If you believe in God. If you don't, then this don't even apply to you. But, you know, that's things to consider. So that's why people tend to go the extra mile. Well, I think that should be why people tend to go the extra mile to try to work things out.
Right.
And divorce should be an absolute last
Final
resort.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you should try everything
yeah,
before you
exactly.
get to that point. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I mean, yeah, if that's what y'all gotta do, then
Right.
If y'all gonna be better,
if you absolutely can't
deal
go
with it
for
no more,
and
yeah.
it make y'all, like you say, make y'all better people. Because I mean, I don't believe in just because it's in the Bible that y'all should spend the rest of y'all life miserable.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, even God know there's exceptions, you know, in certain cases, and you know,
Yeah, just try to work that shit out though, man. Before
Real
y'all
talk.
get to that point.
how you feel, Fresh?
I ain't got nothing to add to it. Y'all all gave good points. I agree with all y'all.
I got something to add to it.
Oh, what's up?
Open book, niggas.
Who you talking to?
All y'all niggas. Y'all all parents, right?
You gotta
I
get
ain't.
the bottle. You gotta go get the bottle. Then. Go get the bottle. I'll tell.
No.
Don't get the Bible. Sit down. Sit down.
Wow.
You gotta get the
Oh,
bottle.
we gonna get the Bible?
Open
We can
book.
take
You
a
said
shot if you
you
don't
yeah. You
answer.
gotta take
Yeah.
a shot if you don't answer.
Oh, y'all gonna answer this.
Maybe. Go ahead. What's up?
My nephew asked me today.
Good job, man. Good job.
Once
I see
you
what you
go-
doing. I see what you doing.
He said, "Look, Uncle, I heard once you go black, you never go back. What that mean? What age would you tell your son or your nephew what that mean?"
Wait, say it. Repeat the question.
My nephew asked me, "Once you go black, you never go back."
How old is your nephew?
7. What that mean? He heard it. He said, "What that mean? What age would you tell him what that mean?"
At what age?
If you had a son or a nephew, what
I would
them,
probably go. How old are you when you're in the 8th grade?
13.
I would tell you at about 13 because you're transitioning into high school, you know, and when you get to high school, shit change.
Shit, I knew what that meant.
I know, but I'm just saying that's what age I would have to talk with him at.
Right.
He might learn it before that,
right,
but
right. When you
I
feel
know-
comfortable.
I know in middle school, you ain't making no really crazy wild decisions.
Hell no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna tell you in high school to prepare you for what you about to. That's the age I'm gonna have a lot of different talks with you. At.
Right.
And that's one of them. You dig?
All right.
You see what I'm
Because this
saying?
the crazy part. Like, none of my kids that old.
black of the berry.
But
Sweeter.
the crazy thing is, my daughter.
Hey, bitch, you keep your head up.
Oh, God.
All right, go ahead.
But yeah,
I'm gonna show my greatness. This shit.
but nah, real shit though.
crazy, son.
Like, they got some different conversations that I'm gonna have to start having with my oldest child, which is my daughter.
Yeah.
And like, I'm starting to mentally prepare myself for it right now, which I know it's gonna all fall apart when the time comes. But I mean, you gotta start somewhere.
I'm laughing at him because his daughter older than your daughter.
That's true. And guess what? I can't say I feel for him because I'm petrified. Like, I ain't strong enough to start feeling for you right
What
now.
you, boy?
Raheem.
We gonna chill.
Look,
on
I
that.
might just let him. Look, I might just ask him when he go see his daughter now, so I can just send mine over here and 2 birds
That's
with one
true.
stone. That's what friends are for.
That's what Drake is for.
You ain't give me no answer yet, though.
I'm gonna show you.
I'm gonna fucking show you. You know, outside's still there. Like, we could go there
I
anytime.
ain't going with you. You going by yourself. How you feel?
I might never tell my daughter because she got a white boy named Dirk in her future. I know it, and I'ma hate that
Well,
white
she
bitch.
is British, so technically she not outside her race because your daughter is British. I don't care what you say.
Nah, I guess maybe like 15.
Like 15?
That bitch waiting as long as possible. You smart. I'm following your lead.
Just you got a daughter that's 50 you right now.
Oh, well, you need to get to talking.
I'm a mute.
That's crazy.
Hey, dog, that shit tough though.
That's a good
Like,
question, though.
That shit tough though.
He
bro.
asked me that today.
Cause you ain't no handbook on this shit,
talking
and
about
everybody be ready to do shit at different times.
He asked me and
it's
his
like,
mama.
man,
He
you
said,
don't
"I'm
know
trying
the
to
fuck
figure
you
out
gotta
what
be
that
ready to
means."
Sit down. And
I know
talk.
why he asked you that because he got Trey Songz breathing. You know Trey Songz like white women.
You know he read and shit.
Alright.
He was like, "Mom,
Go
I'm
ahead,
trying to figure out what that
Go ahead,
means."
what's your segue, bro?
You know I got a segue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Fuck you should have told me you got a big dick. let's get out the political shit. You got a big dick, nigga.
And you said professional, like black people are well endowed.
No, you got a big dick.
We hung low.
Let them know you're not speaking from experience, but you heard. Black people is well endowed.
Okay, well, I said you're small, but you're big at the same time.
Small, but I be with big niggas. I got a podcast with big niggas. But
Him and about.
I had a sick
your
segue.
segue out.
I had a
Fuck your segue
I had a sick segue. That's sick segue.
Nigga said I gotta pass it this way, even though people gonna know what it is if they get a glimpse of it. But
They see
still,
the shape of the
Oh,
bottle.
it don't matter. We didn't show the front.
You don't know
It's
what.
Rodrigo's
Yeah.
So I should have told him we hung like a horse.
How y'all doing?
Bootleg alcohol, we bootleggers.
Drinking booms for him.
Yeah.
So I should have told
This
him
alcohol from the fucking
I should have told him
1700s.
black people is hung like a horse. Plain and
I
simple.
told you what you should have said. I bet you I said it.
Let's see if your algorithm's right.
Look, bitch, I'm just drinking. I dropped his whole fucking laptop.
He said algorithms.
He said algorithms?
He didn't, but I made it say it.
Right. Look.
You won the tournament today.
I want my money.
Did you pay
All right,
me?
let's just segue to that real quick. Summer Madness. I was about to say Summer Madness 2. Summer Madness 10. URL put on a battle rap event. It was a dope event.
shit.
We know none of our fans really watch battle rap, so
So
we're
you
gonna
think
make
gonna
this
dress me?
really quick. No. It was a dope event. We all watched it. Not together because we all have lives and shit. We be doing shit. So, but we checked it out. It was a real dope event. Anybody got anything they want to say? It was one of the best events I saw. Battle wise, it's probably the best Summer Madness I ever saw. But I think they did a creative way without fans being able to be there due to the pandemic and the coronavirus and the situation that was placed. Then they made the best out of this situation. Anybody else got anything?
Great event. Shout outs to everybody that was involved. They're putting it together. All the participants, they all did a great job.
Facts.
Had to be good because I was listening to it on my phone at the table, and somebody to the bar about sandwich bags, and my girlfriend was like, "Oh shit,
She called that
I
bar?
really like that bar."
That Cal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna give it a 9 now.
He ain't learned what a sandwich bag was. He was 12.
I took 2 points away. I give him a 9.
That's crazy.
All right.
I just somebody tweeted that was the bar tonight. And
Yeah,
they
but, shout out to Homely real quick for winning that 25 bands.
yeah,
Brother.
for sure.
Sure,
Holmes
sure.
is the guy, man. You was counted out. People bet against you. They voted against you all the way up until the finals. So,
Bracket killer.
shout out to you, man. I heard Smack say he gonna put Ultimate Madness 2 winner and Ultimate Madness 1 winner in Ultimate Madness 3. I think that's a dope idea, and we looking forward to seeing that. You had anything you want to say about the event?
Man, shout out
Yeah,
to T-Top,
Oh, you better
B
tell
Dot,
us.
battle of the
need that
motherfucking night, you know what I'm saying?
T-Top and
Classic.
B-Dot? Classic battle. Classic.
Classic.
Smack. You went 6 out of 6. You may have multiple classics. Once I rewatch these battles, and
That one a classic for sure.
just a dope event overall.
Right.
Shout out to everybody that was on the card. B-Dot, T-Top, Verb, Geechee, Shine, Chess, Geechee, Clips, Rum, Reed, John, Ill Will, and Holmesley and Bill Collector, man. Shout out to y'all.
Great event.
Great event. There's something. Okay, we can get to this. We can get to this real fast. Did y'all hear TikTok being banned?
Yep.
Yeah, TikTok as of Sunday. TikTok
Sunday.
is being banned in the U.S. Being taken out the App Store. Now, a question I had, and I don't know the answer to, is that the people that already have it, do they get to keep it?
Right.
Pretty sure they do.
Because I know they're taking it out the App Store Sunday.
That don't mean it's gonna be removed from your phone.
Exactly. But I know most people, eventually, you're gonna update your phone. You're gonna buy a new phone, and you're gonna update it. And I'm pretty sure if you
It
do
might
it,
not be
it's gonna
on
be
there
gone.
next time.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure it's gonna be
If
gone.
you got your shit saved under there, it should go straight in there though.
But TikTok, ain't if they sell to an American company, then
Yeah, they
they can be
can.
back.
Yeah.
They was trying to do that with somebody. I read somewhere, forgot who it was, but the deal didn't fall through or whatever. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna sell and work something out.
You just downloaded TikTok. I heard that. I heard that fucking.
This motherfucker right
He
here,
really did. He don't want to lose it.
You Dr. Robotnik head, bitch.
he actually smart. Hey, let's download TikTok right now.
Just heard it on my phone.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Let me tell y'all something crazy. Remember when Angry Bird said got taken out the App Store
I still got
because
that.
of what it was doing? Dog.
Somebody
I know
killed
what you
me.
They
about to
was
say.
selling phones that had Angry
Angry
Birds
Bird
on it on eBay, dog, and it was going for crazy
And
prices.
that Flappy Bird shit too.
Flappy Birds.
Flappy
Matter of
Bird,
fact,
same shit.
Yeah.
Well, that shit came right after Angry Bird.
Right,
It's the
right,
same
my
shit.
GS2 still got that.
No.
1500.
Yeah,
if you want.
they
I
banned
had-
that shit because people was killing
It was
themselves
getting too addicted.
because they couldn't
Because it couldn't be.
couldn't win.
Yeah,
My highest score 52.
dog. Angry Bird. I had that on my
And
phone.
Flappy Birds.
I was actually thinking about selling my phone. Then one day I went to sleep and made a mistake and hit the update button in my sleep. Like,
updated.
And my
that
phone
bitch.
updated and that
Lost
bitch
that
was gone like a motherfucker.
My GS2 still got that bitch though.
It probably like
1500.
an iPhone 4 or some shit.
Yeah, it probably was.
Yeah,
It's like
that shit was a
iPhone
long
4.
time ago.
That shit,
Yeah.
that shit. I had the GS2, so whatever came out with the 4.
My house is gonna be in a frenzy over this TikTok shit. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Hey, boy,
My
man.
wife, both of the girls, they be on TikTok. My wife used it for
Son
business.
be on
My
TikTok.
wife used it for business purposes. Stop it, dog.
But fuck everybody.
Not by his
be
choice.
on that shit.
But my wife uses it, like I said, for business purposes. Like she get ideas for the different type of cups she make.
Right.
You dig on
Hey,
TikTok.
man, look,
fucking-
TikTok gonna be gone. Something else is coming.
Replace it.
Baby, come give
Yeah,
me
it's
some.
not here yet.
Now, if y'all really want to have a talk off this podcast, we need to talk about what's the next thing I'm coming. Try to buy some stock in it right now. But that ain't the talk that the podcast is ready for. But we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Because I copped a couple of them Apple shares, too, that was at an all-time low. I didn't know you was trying to get a Shakur. You said in my line. Yeah, I had talked to She the week leading up to shout out to our partner, Rasheed Powell. 1/3 owner of Unqualified Sports with me and my dog Errol. You dig? But she
Yeah,
that gave me a lot of info on it, and I was able to get. I only got 2 shares though.
Yeah, they saw my checks.
But yeah,
enough.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, and you know it happens every so often where they make the share, they split the shares and make it affordable for people to get it. So I got 2 of those. But like I said, we need to be forward thinking. We'll huddle up. We'll look at some numbers and we'll see. Try to predict what's the next. It's a risk. You did. We can either lose. You can lose a little bit, but it got the potential to gain a lot.
A lot.
So yeah, we'll look at it. Cause I got an idea of one stock that we could all get a couple shares in right now that's about to take off. But I ain't sharing that with y'all because if I tell y'all gonna go buy the stock and the stock gonna be high as shit before we buy it. So
Yeah,
once we
13.
get our shares, then we'll share it with y'all. And that's the way that's gonna go. Alright. A big topic that's being talked about, the main topic of this evening. Ownership. Let's try to take this back to the beginning. This started maybe a month ago, I wanna say, when Joe Budden went on his podcast that was exclusively on Spotify about a month ago and expressed his displeasure for his current contract that he was involved in. Now, there's a lot of different topics that we're going to touch on, and I'm going to get y'all opinions on. And anytime y'all feel like I missed something in the timeline, y'all
Jump
feel
in.
free to jump in, and cut me off, because I'm going to try to walk the people through it, just in case the people that's uninformed, try to catch them up real quick to where we at, because I know y'all, we talked earlier about it. We pretty well informed. And something I did want to say before I even dive in too deep. You remember maybe about 5 months ago, we left Fresh House after an episode, and me and you was talking. We sat outside for like maybe an hour or two.
I took the
And
pictures.
talked about ownership, that night.
Yeah.
We talked about ownership and passing things down to our kids.
Right.
And to speak about just owning your shit, period. We talked about bad record deals and in the music industry
Yeah, all that shit.
and how it relates
I
to
remember
this.
that night.
And it's crazy because a lot of these conversations really, our conversation was at the center of it. Like,
Right.
the nucleus of the beefs and the gripes people have is the things we was discussing outside. I tied in. So Joe Budden went on Spotify. He expressed, to sum up the things he was saying about his contract, was that really he took his contract to gain information. If you have a podcast, they don't really give us much. Y'all know they show us a percentage of people that listen to us in different demographics. Like United
Yeah.
States and Canada, Cuba. Like we got
Countries
we got a
and
couple
regions
fans
and-
in Afghanistan, and we
Yeah.
was trying to figure out who could be listening to us.
Right.
But it's very limited. It's not real in depth.
Right.
They give you an age bracket, like an age, but it's nothing specific. So the information, we really don't have an idea of who is really
Our core audience.
our core audience. So we really just guessing. And that could be a problem when you don't know exactly who you're marketing to, because if you did know exactly who you're marketing to, you could cater some of your subjects and topics
To them.
to them.
Right.
And that
Yeah,
way to
good.
draw more of that crowd in. So you see what it's what I'm getting at. So Button took his 2-year contract with Spotify really to gain information. They didn't pay him what he felt like his podcast was worth at the time. But sometimes you gotta sacrifice to gain information. You know what I'm saying?
True.
This is like if we was to sign a deal, to be completely transparent with y'all, like we spoke about with the ads. If we was to sign a
ownership.
yeah.
Beat us
If
to
we was to sign a deal right now, then we wouldn't take a deal for what our podcast is worth. We'll take a deal to expand our audience because we're in the beginning stages at this point. So we'll take a short to broaden our audience. Now the next go round is where we feel like we're gonna either get what we worth though. We ain't moving.
Right.
True.
We'll operate rogue at that point. So anyway, Joe Budden was saying, all right, I'm gonna sacrifice 2 years. I ain't gonna get the money I'm worth. I'm gonna get decent money.
Right.
But I'm taking this to gain information. Because at the end of these 2 years, I'm gonna know exactly the dollar amount my podcast is worth.
Right.
But if y'all value me as such, then at the end of these 2 years, we shouldn't even have nothing to talk about. It should be an easy negotiation. Y'all give me what y'all know I'm worth and what I know I'm worth now because I have the information that's provided to me. But when those 2 years was up, Spotify must have felt like they had different opinions. And Spotify actually tried to get them to sign basically what a podcast version of a 360 deal.
Oh.
Like, I'll give y'all hypothetically 30 million, which I heard was around the number. I give y'all 30 million for 2 years, but we want tabs on everything y'all do that's even outside of the podcast.
You want 50-50 of
No,
everything.
not even that.
Like, y'all not about to get
Everything for $30 million.
exactly.
Right. That's
Y'all gonna
basically
get this
what
podcast, but everything I do that's not associated with this podcast, that's mine.
Right.
If you're smart. But, a lot of people is not fighting the same fight that Joe is currently fighting. You see what I'm saying? It's a different type of fight. So, he expressed that. He hit certain benchmarks within a contract that they had where if they get a certain amount of new subscribers into Spotify, then they get a bonus that he said they moved the goalposts on. So letting you know once they hit that number, they attributed that to something else. They didn't attribute it to their podcast in particular bringing those viewers in. They attributed it to maybe their marketing. We marketed y'all. That's why y'all bought this in.
It's that fine print
Exactly.
language shit that they. Yeah.
So they had certain benchmarks. And around Christmas time, he said they offered to buy them watches. They offered to buy everybody on the Power Watch, which is
After they
Maul,
refused their vacation.
Rory, Joe Budden. Right. After they denied them a two week vacation that they wanted to get. They denied that. So they offered to buy them watches. Rory, Maul, Joe, and Park. They so they all picked out Rolexes and they told them no, it was too much. They not doing it. So they picked out used Rolexes.
Ruby?
And they told them that even was too much. So Joe just told them scrap it. Don't even worry about it. You dig? And the only time they was able to get a vacation was when Joe's father was was hospitalized due to COVID. Right. That was the only way they was able to get the vacation time. Cause they was piling through the corona. I don't even remember they was doing it on Zoom, right?
Yeah, they was
doing it on Zoom. But they still wasn't able to go on vacation due to even a global pandemic wasn't enough for them to get a vacation. They had Joe's father had to actually go into the hospital for them to get a vacation of the show. So that was just some of the gripes he had, and which is why he's not reeing up with Spotify. They actually did their last show on Spotify yesterday. Shout out to them. They dropped it this morning. It was a dope show. I checked it out. But ownership is the topic, and I don't want to get too far away from that, but I'm just trying to catch y'all up to what's been going on and how we get here, where we are today. So with that being done, Joe's been doing that over the last month. I don't know if y'all noticed, but it's been basically a smear campaign on Joe Budden since that time. Ever since he did that show, Tahiri has came out and said some things about him abusing her, and reports and videos of him saying that he abused pets has came out.
All kind of crazy shit.
Yeah, different people like Charlamagne's been saying that he doesn't know how to negotiate contracts. He messes up everywhere he goes. They've been basically doing everything they can to damage the man's name and try to really damage his future business relationships.
Right.
Let me tell you something. When you get as big, though, it don't even matter anymore.
Nah.
And people do their research and really speak to you and get an idea of your character. They can't take you down. But that's neither here nor there. That's that. That's Joe's issue with Spotify. Recently, Kanye has came out and said he has a problem with Universal and Sony. Those are the people that he assigned to. Although he owns Good Music is a part of Universal. So, Kanye has expressed displeasure with his current contract and said he was not make any music moving forward until he clear up some issues that he have with his contract. He said he wants his masters, and he's currently fighting a fight where he want all music artists to own their masters. Now I'm gonna speak my piece on that real fast, and then I'm gonna ask y'all what y'all think real quick, and then I'll continue on with what I'm saying. Kanye, I understand the fight you're fighting. It's a fight you're never gonna win. You're never gonna be able to get every artist their masters.
Nope.
For one, every artist, I'm gonna be honest, don't deserve all of their masters. If a label has literally took you from nothing, built you up, marketed you, and branched you out to superstardom, they deserve part of that, in my opinion. That artist doesn't deserve all their masters if a label has done all that for you. Now, I do believe a label should set a price to where you can buy your masters from them, but they are entitled to part of your masters if they had part of the work or most of the work in making you the person that you are today. Now, I'm gonna ask y'all, how y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel like every artist should own their full masters?
I think every artist should have an opportunity to get it.
Okay. Like, what you mean, like, by the opportunity?
Whether it's a set price or whatever you negotiate when you get your contract with the label or whatever, I think you should work that into your deal some type of way where you have an option to buy it or you earn a certain amount of it. I don't think you should go into any contract blindly not thinking about that. You know, a lot of the time it's spur of the moment. Not spur of the moment, I'd say, but it's just you trying to get a check, you're trying to get on. But that's something that's really important because if you do blow and later on down the line, I don't want to hear you have a gripe with it if that was something you wasn't looking forward to in the beginning stages.
Right.
But you gotta have people around you that's gonna lead you in the right way. You gotta be mindful of things like that. And if you're not, I can't be mad at a label for trying to take advantage of it.
Right.
True. It's a business.
Because my thing
yeah.
is at the beginning, like even if a label trying to sign an artist, that means you have a leg to stand on to some degree,
right?
Because they're interested in you too. Like even though they might be putting in all the money and they might be doing all the leg work for us marketing and all that shit, but at the end of the day,
you got
giving them something.
You got something they want,
right? Mm-hmm. So you should be able to have some type of security blanket in that bitch somewhere to make the deal work. Because, like Fresh said, if you don't know them, they will take advantage of you. And I can't be mad at them for that. Not just because I wouldn't do it, don't mean
they
I could
should
be mad
though.
at
I mean, not saying they should.
But that's how it go.
It's a business.
If you don't bring it up, I can't see a label saying, "Well, what about your message? You want to make sure you have a chance to get it." You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't bring
my
it
job
down,
put a couple of extra dollars on my check, I'm not gonna call them and be like, "Hey man, y'all want this extra $100 y'all put on my check?" Nah, fuck that. Y'all gotta figure that out.
Exactly.
So I mean, that's how it go. That's
point.
business. But at the end of the day, I do feel like they should be thinking about that. It's more on the artist to me because the label, the label is out to scrape every dollar they can. So, yeah, but I do think it is fair for artists to be able to get them back some type of way.
I got a good question off what you
Down
said. I know you say you want to say something. Cool.
Particular artist. Kanye snatched the mic from her.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. Mm-hmm. Her manager, who's our ex-manager, put in the contract. They want a chance to buy
her masters.
Her masters.
She bought it.
She got it.
You know how much she spent?
No.
She spent some money.
No,
$300 million.
she didn't get him. She fired her manager because he worked out a bad deal to not get him. the fucking label was like, well, you leaving us and you can join in them. They sold it to her ex-manager. She had to spend a shit ton of money to get him.
She got it now.
She got it now.
She bought it for $300 million.
$300 million.
Hey, you know how much
But-
money? You know how much money she gonna make off that shit?
No, she made a lot of money off it, but her ex-manager put it in there.
For her to even have $300 million.
Yeah.
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 So
But-
that lets you know how much her catalog is worth.
Yeah, you should.
Billions off that shit.
Yeah,
I
let
was
me
like,
billions
That
off.
let you know.
But that's the thing. You
Kanye Masters is gonna be somewhere in that range. Bro.
Yeah, that's the
of
thing.
course.
You
This shit
should
gonna
always
be-
put it in your
I
contract.
can see it shit
if
being
you gonna,
400 or 500.
yeah, if
$500
you gonna sell it,
I'm pretty sure if
you
they
gotta sell it to me
500
first.
million right now.
You know what I'm saying? He got it into her
They
contract.
they don't have no price on that shit right
Yeah,
now.
they don't have no price. But
They won't see some money off.
her manager had it in her contract. You gotta sell it to me or her first.
I don't know if Kanye have 500 liquid to spend on that though.
No, I ain't saying he do.
I know,
What
I'm
I'm
just
saying
saying,
is
even
if
if
they
they
tell
tell
him that,
500.
he go get it. He gonna buy.
I think
the Masters.
eventually he gonna buy it. I think eventually.
Yeah,
he
not
gonna
saying
get
he gonna buy it
Masters.
the same day. I'm
Yeah,
just saying
yeah.
if they tell him, look, give us 500 million and you can have your Masters, he gonna scrape that 500 million up as fast as he
'Cause
can.
she
to
got
get
it,
the Masters.
but
I think
the
it's
thing
gonna take
was,
some time, but I
yeah,
think
that's
probably a
crazy
couple
though.
years, but
yeah, I think he gonna
yeah.
get it. I think he eventually gonna get his Masters. I think
Yeah,
eventually
he gonna get
buy
it. It's Kanye West. He gonna be able to work.
And I think he gonna pay.
He gonna pay a lot of money.
$400, $500 million to
That's
get
the
his
thing though.
Masters.
But to have her manager put in the contract like, look, y'all got if y'all gonna sell a Masters, y'all got to sell it to me or her. And they was pissed off with her, so they went to her ex manager first. But she
Well,
still ended up paying for it.
yeah.
But I think everybody should try to get that in their contract. Like, look,
And
you got me up and coming, but look, when y'all want to sell these fucking Masters, sell them to me first or my manager. It just so happened her and her manager fell out.
and
but
I think
it's a good thing though. Still,
as far as that goes, the price varies, you know, depending on your catalog. As far as your Masters go,
and the success.
and yeah, your success. You definitely this is a success. I know Russell Wilson bought Sierra Masters.
Mm-hmm.
he spent a lot of
As a
money.
gift for her. Yeah, I'm
I'm
not.
not 300 million.
No way. It wasn't
he spent
close
like
to that.
he spent like 150.
But I don't know. I don't have no idea.
I don't know either.
He did. He
I
spent
don't
like
even
150.
know. Yeah,
But that was a big that was big though.
yeah. That was a big move. He was the ultimate husband for that.
Yeah.
Like, it don't get no bigger than that.
Fuck.
Buying your Masters for you, so you'll forever make money. You know, ownership is being preached, and something else Kanye did. You know, he pissed on a Grammy. He put the Grammy in the toilet.
I heard.
And he pissed on it. How do y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel like that was a major thing? Or do y'all just feel like... Do y'all feel like
It don't move the
Kanye...
needle for me.
It didn't move the needle for you?
Pissed on it. Okay.
Did it for you?
I mean, I feel like people been pissing on the Grammys for the last few years.
I know, but he literally pissed on it.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, Kanye West, he
We didn't see Drake drink out a Grammy. You know, pour... I think it was
well, that was
champagne.
more of a like celebratory thing. Ye was just like saying fuck the Grammys, like when he did
Yeah,
what
that's
he did. So I mean, but that's Ye. He a rebel. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I could have seen that coming. You hear me? I ain't surprised at it. You know what I'm saying? It's a statement though. Definitely a statement, but
Right. I'd say...
I can't say I ain't see it coming. But he rebelling against everything right now. Like for us, like everything that he feel is wrong with the music industry and the Grammy. Everybody already know how people feel about the Grammys and the record companies and you know management and all that shit dealing with the record labels. Like he just like all that shit is whack. All this shit is corrupt. All this shit is wrong. It's not for the artists. It's all for these motherfuckers in suits to make money off us slaving and putting in all this work. And it's time for this shit to change, and they gotta start somewhere. And it's gonna start with me. That's what he at with it right now. And I gotta roll with him with that. I feel that. You know what I'm saying? All the other shit he been doing in the past, I can't speak on that. I'm not gonna speak on that. But
That's
the
a
shit
good-
that he's saying right now, in the stance he taking right now, is something that I can agree with because this is the type of shit that we've been talking about for a long time. And when I say me, I mean us as a culture, like hip hop. Like this is some shit that Ben needed to get fixed, and I'm glad Kanye stepping out on that ledge to try to, you know, move the needle and shake the shit up and make something happen. Hopefully, shit get going.
Question. Now, what you just said is a great point. Do you trust Kanye? Because I'm going to say how I feel about it real quick, and then I'll get y'all's opinion. I don't trust Kanye, me personally. With the antics that he pulled in the past, Kanye has showed several times recently, not when he first came out, but his recent acts in the last couple of years or so, that he's extremely for self. Like, he's all about himself. He go on these rants when he have an album coming, which I heard is rumored he have an album coming now. But what I can say about it is the fight we still need to have. Whether he's being for self or not, it ain't about that right now. The message that he's spreading and preaching is what we all need to be on. So no, I don't trust his intent, but I do agree with the fight, and I'm willing to stand on that. And my part, or our part as a whole, is these ads. Like, this is the little things we can do to show we actually give a fuck about the podcast culture, which is attached to the music culture. You can say basically it's synonymous with each other. But this is our little way of showing, that we down with the fight. We ain't taking no bullshit ads. We actually care about our listeners' experience. That's priority number one up here. I don't know what other people are doing, and I don't really care. I don't really pay attention to it. But I know that there's a bigger fight that's being fought, and we gonna do our little part, because we not fighting the same fight as those people.
Right.
But we have a different fight that we can do, and we should do. We not taking no anything.
You gotta
man.
fight the shit on all levels.
Exactly. People have. Tell me how much sense this make. We own this podcast, right? Mm-hmm. Why in the fuck would we sell this podcast to a streaming platform? Now, I get licensing it. It's a totally different thing. We still own it. We just agreed to exclusively put our content up here.
Right.
But y'all can't tell us what the fuck we can pod about, what ads we gonna put in this shit. We still own it.
Right.
People are taking deals and basically giving up ownership for 2 or 3 years to their podcast. People is putting ads all over their shit, controlling the content that they taking. We not doing that.
Which is tainting everything that your listeners was there for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We not doing that. I don't care about the bread when it come to that.
Right. Because
We ain't giving up ownership.
Trying to give our listeners the best pod possible every time. And
Exactly.
if we give up ownership and say so, then
You think I'm about to let
compromising
you think
all
we
that.
done did this shit? We over a year in episode 67. You think now somebody can come here and actually tell us what the fuck we gonna talk about, bro? Can you see that? Somebody tell you, well, look, y'all need to talk about Reebok because,
Bitch, we don't know what we coming here to talk about every week.
Exactly. You think y'all gonna tell us? Exactly. That's a great ass point. Like,
This shit's
But yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I don't.
Exactly.
I can't say I trust Ye, but hopefully that shit is a domino effect with other people who just as powerful as Ye, and even people who not as powerful as Ye, who got a voice, who people listen to, who influence people and make the shit start spreading. Like, you know what I mean? So the shit could get in motion, so shit could start changing.
I ain't gotta trust you to agree with the message.
Fuck no, I agree with the message.
I
you
agree
hear
with
me?
the message.
And if you like I'm saying, I hope if he do like shy away from it down the line, that he sparks shit in other people who really is gonna be serious about it and who really is gonna carry this shit through, because it does need to change. Like that shit is non-negotiable. This shit gotta stop. It gotta change because it been corrupt too long.
And most of it is because of these old people that set these precedents, and we just roll with it because they just set it there. But who says it has to be like this?
Right. It don't. That's just the way it is. That don't mean it's right. Think about it. Kanye West, one of the biggest artists to ever bless the fucking mic. don't own his masters.
Which-
That shit is a fucking problem.
Who says 1,000 streams equal one album sold? Says who?
Right.
Like, how can you prove that?
You can't.
You see what I'm saying? Like, who says albums have to drop on a Friday? Who? Who say your album have to be at least 21 minutes long for it to be considered out? Who are making these rules? And that's what we need to challenge. Status quo. What people just take and just run with and just conform with and say, well, this is law, so I'm rolling with it. Why? Why can't we challenge it? Why can't we ask questions? Why every time we ask questions, we consider it irrational and going against the grain?
Because they got some people who say who roll with it because somebody gonna write them a check.
And no doubt. And like I said, everybody ain't fighting the same fight. For those people, that may be a good deal for some those people. And I'm never telling people,
You're not taking.
man, yeah, no, man, fuck that, man. Fight the fight with us. No, I'm not telling you that.
No.
I'm speaking to the people that's specifically fighting this fight. If you need to take the money, take the money. Like I said, I don't want to ruin the listener's experience, but let's be real here. If an ad company comes at us with a lucrative amount of money, we can't afford to pass that up. We're not living comfortably enough to be able to pass that up. We'll have to take the deal and explain to our listeners. We're going to be transparent in explaining to the listeners why we took the deal. That's how I feel, at least.
Right, but we ain't,
You dig?
don't get it twisted. We ain't taking anything.
Oh no, let's
We
not
ain't
be
jeopardizing
crazy.
our
Let's
morals.
not be crazy here. And
that's the only thing. If it's not jeopardizing your morals, and you know what I'm saying, you gotta take a step back to take 2 steps forward. Then fuck, everybody got to sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? But just stick to your guns as much as possible and be you at all times.
yeah, because even with no money, I'm never gonna let nobody come up here and tell me what we gonna talk about. That's just something I'm just not willing to bend
you
on,
gotta
no
stand
matter
on something.
how much amount of money. Because if you gonna offer me a crazy amount of money to dictate what I talk about, then I know I could still get at least half of that and still keep the ability to talk about what I want to talk about.
Right.
And I'd rather take that any day over compromising my integrity and everything I stand
Fuck it,
for.
I'll go around. You hear me? Fuck it.
Yeah, I take the long way.
True.
And I have no problem with that. We 67 episodes in. We ain't never did no fundraisers. We ain't never asked y'all for no money. We never asked y'all to never put our cash apps up. We don't need none of that. We gonna
y'all
build
to
this. We
listen.
gonna keep building through the mud. We just want y'all to listen and tell somebody. Spread the
Subscribe.
word.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. Spread the word. Tell your friends. Tell everybody you know to listen. That's all we ask.
Just press a couple buttons.
We
That's
ain't
all.
asking y'all for a dime, bro. We gonna get it out the mud. We'll take the long way. We 67 episodes in. We'll go another 67. That's fine with us. We don't mind doing it. But how do you feel, bro?
Like I said earlier, the Kanye situation, nothing Kanye do or say move the needle for me personally. Hopefully what he say will influence some people to take action.
Right.
But my pops told me a long time ago, you hear me, I'm not gonna say anything. It sound good, but until you take some physical action, you just saying it to me.
You agree with the message, though?
I agree with the message.
Yeah.
Like I said, he will influence some people that probably will take action and force change. But as far as Kanye saying himself personally, to me, yeah, I give a fuck less until you actually do it. I mean, it sounds good, showing you pissing on the Grammy and saying this and saying that. Do something, nigga.
I do feel like that's extra. Like now you laying it on
Do
thick
something, nigga.
to try to
Only thing I
get.
seen you do, nigga, was put a Make America Great Again hat. That's the only thing I seen you physically back up that you said.
And things like that is why I don't trust you. But I agree with the
But
fight.
his message, if it leads to
Yeah.
great things that other people might do, I'm all for it.
True.
I want to see you do it.
Yeah, I need to see that. Okay.
I had seen you was saying he gonna personally help Taylor Swift get her masters back, and you telling me she got it back already.
She already got it back.
So I don't know what the fuck he was talking
she
about.
Paid
then.
$300 million for it.
I seen him put a tweet up saying he's gonna personally help Taylor Swift get her
She
masters
paid her
back.
ex
So I thought she didn't
manager.
have it.
She paid the
You
ex
informed
manager.
me
Yeah,
tonight.
she paid the ex manager who she
I was like,
fired.
oh shit, Kanye about to help her get a masters.
Well, hey, she probably don't have them all though, because they
No.
got different
No,
albums
no, no,
and shit.
no. She has
She has a
every
full master.
single
Alright.
mastered
$300
All
million.
them back.
She
$300
paid
million. She
$300
paid the ex-manager.
Because you know some people was with different labels and have different.
Oh, she was
Yeah.
with one label.
She paid $300 million.
That sold
But look,
it
say
to.
I didn't know that.
Right.
Whether
Yeah.
she had 100% of them or not. You saying that, okay, show me you gonna help her get up. You know what I'm saying? It sounds good.
Put the action in.
You know,
Yeah,
it sounds
because
good to
he
say,
said
I'm gonna help every
His end
all
goal.
the hip hop. I'm working for all the hip hop to get that. To
His
own their
end
masters.
goal
You
is
gotta
for
show me
everybody to own their masters. Kanye,
How
let me
you
tell
gonna
you
do that?
something. That
Show
will
me.
never happen.
That
will
it'll
never
never
happen.
happen.
I don't care how long hip hop go. As long as there are record labels that are functioning and running,
It'll never happen.
He have his spurts where, you know, he say shit that sound real good,
Yeah.
or it sound real crazy.
Who
I don't
needs
take
that?
none. I take all that shit with a grain of salt. Nigga, you make good music. That's all I look for you for.
Somebody,
I don't expect anything else from Kanye West for me personally.
somebody had signed with a big artist. His signing deal was nothing, but they give him $500,000. I forgot who it was.
but and the crazy thing is, Kanye and gave his masters to all the artists on his label. You should start there, right? You think
I
you
would think that would be the first place.
You think you would want to start there? So Kanye, my advice to you is start there. Give 2 Chainz, give Big Sean, give Pusha T. Who else is signed there? Common, Tiana Taylor. Give them their masters, bro. Lead by example. Give them their masters.
He probably can. He probably not 100% sold on all that shit. He probably signed some of that shit off to get the
Well, I
deal.
mean, at least give them the position, the percentage you control.
Right.
Yeah.
That would show me something, and I'd be
Right.
like, you know what? You standing on what you saying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay. Well, we're gonna finish the podcast off with something that Trey Songz said. It's a crazy segue,
He
right?
said a lot.
I know.
Where you going with this?
But what he said is, you wanna read it? You can be out reading.
No, don't read it. I'm not here.
Read it.
No, I'm not reading this.
Trey Songz said it.
Yeah, I ain't say it. Trey Songz, and I quote, said, any female born after 1993 can't cook. All they know is McDonald's, charge their phone, twerk, be bisexual, eat hot chips, and lie.
Sound right to me.
End quote.
Do y'all agree with Trey Songzington?
I don't fucking know because my girl was born before that.
But do you know any girls that's born after that?
Not like that.
Not enough to know if that's true.
Yeah. But I tell you one thing. If that's what's going
I thought you
on,
were about to say they eat some hot chips. That's what I thought you was about to say.
That's probably the
Because I
only
see
thing
them.
I could.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I see them
Yeah.
eat hot chips.
hey, I know them niggas who born with them. They having some fucking fun under the sun. I tell you that. Bitches like Fat Beach every day with them motherfuckers, huh?
Look here, I'm born in '93.
So you should be the
So I'm with it.
Oh, you supposed to be the expert.
talking about you.
No, he said after '93, we know how to cook. Everything after that, we having fun under the sun,
He
motherfucker.
skipped the whole female part. He was like 93. We knew how to cook.
So you
He
twerk,
accepted the.
I don't know how to
you
cook.
twerk, you bisexual.
He accepted the female, any female part.
No, the females, them bitches don't know how to do nothing but suck dick and ride that motherfucker.
All right, Shaquille.
They know how to cook
How much time we
noodles.
got left on the
They know how to cook
podcast?
noodles
Ant, lead us out.
and noodles.
Y'all asked.
Noodles and noodles.
I didn't think
I
it
ain't
was-
say me.
I didn't think it
I
was
didn't ask him
gonna
nothing.
go
I
down.
didn't ask him nothing.
Well,
They
Trey-
macaroni
Trey
fire.
said, and
He elaborated.
Shaquille, check the time. It's time to
He
go.
elaborated. we over our own.
Yeah,
YouTube.
we over on YouTube. So
They macaroni fire
we
though.
at an hour. Everybody want shout out who they. We gotta be at an hour because we 59 minutes on here.
Y'all still got a whole. Y'all got 2 minutes. Go ahead.
We about to end the podcast. What we saying at the end of your ex?
Yeah, we about to
Oh,
shout
how
everybody.
much that WAP whole way now? Cardi getting divorced.
the motherfucker still without the man.
That's probably the song that led to the divorce. Offset said,
All
"Fuck
that wet
this."
ass pussy was
You think you about to put this wet ass
Got
pussy
you
out
as a
too?
single parent.
Carter's very, very rich.
Arthur
She's
Tunes.
okay.
Arthur
I'm
Tunes.
not disagreeing with none of that.
Arthur
She
zipped
was
his
talking a lot of
pants.
shit on
Arthur
that
zipped his
She
pants.
shouldn't.
up.
She shouldn't have been hanging with fucking me.
He shouldn't. He shouldn't be leaving.
He should be.
She, yeah, but to my
Why nigga
understanding,
get so
she
much
wanted
wet
to.
ass pussy? I guess. Said no man ever. Why Shaquin sat back down? Shaquin, if you don't get up and cut this podcast off, and if you don't close us out,
Look, Rihanna,
I'm
I
ready
need you to
go.
drop. Hurry
We
up, hurry
fulfilled
up, hurry
A
up.
solid hour. Raheem, shout out who you got to shout out.
Unqualified sports, Rihanna, I love
That's all
you.
you want.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck, bitch. Close
One
us out.
cup. Holla back.